question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic Hall. I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena.
3, 2, 1.
Final game of the day here, and it's a quarter-final in the men's 50s competition. No luck for Wales in the 45s as they were beaten in emphatic fashion by the Swiss, but they'll have another stab at it here in the 50s, and it started well. Mel Day alongside me. How are you doing, Mel?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Really excited for this game. Obviously the first day, the men's 50s are up here at Highlands, and I'm sure they're going to put on a show for us.
And it is Wales who get off to a really bright start. David Clark in at number 9 to open the scoring. Well, England will back themselves in these Masters competitions across the board. And England within 7 here, even though they are 1 behind. Good touch, they've got another go at it on the 7. Brett Milligan. Riggs. Milligan at the half, Riggs on the return, little show and go, puts it on the inside, it clatters off a Welsh hand, so they'll have 6 at the 7. England still pushing here to level things up, Mel.
Yeah, I think they'll be frustrated with that. I'm not sure whether the knockdown was needed there. There was plenty of covering defence coming over, but they've
opened the door for England here.
Exactly.
Great defence at the moment though, Wales shutting them out for now. This is a real derby in the men's 50s category. Here's a good pick up again from Milligan. Ball back on the inside. Down goes Milligan, but he's denied by Wales again.
Yeah, some great defence coming from Wales here. Good covering defence where they're sliding across with each other, supporting each other on the step backs.
Milligan looking for the change of pace, but they've coughed it up. And Wales will transition away. Now here come Wales back on the offensive. And they look bright so far.
Yeah, they're going to be very happy with that defensive structure that they've held out England on their own line. And here they go, pick up from half.
Well, good pick up from Adams, but he's caught on the return.
He's identified an
another go
player
here. Cutting back on the inside, Chris Carroll. Wales in a promising position here. They scored from their first set in the 7. They'll have another go here with Chris Carroll with the tap. Carroll options right, but here's the half. Carroll wants on the return. It's another infringement at the breakdown, Mel.
Yeah, I've been talking to a few coaches out there in the fan village today, and they've said that the referees have been very strict on this roll ball, and as we see an over the mark from England as they're subbing off to their box. But as a coach, I would be telling my players, just be very exaggerated with your roll balls. Make sure it's clear that you're getting something over the ball, that you are making an attempt to square up after that roll ball, because the referees are all over at this tournament.
Taken in by Carroll again. Finally, England a march back. Carroll has Willington to his right. Willington at the half. Carroll on the return. Willington, they'll go short again. And now they'll open up the field. Great take on that left-hand side. Hap Wharton doubles Wales' advantage.
That was a great setup. Here we can see the dump and then the pass straight back, phase play and the long ball out to the wing. Lovely, lovely try constructed from the Wales team, and they've started very well both in their defence and with some excellent attack.
Wales 2 tries up. A date with France or New Zealand in the semi-final awaits whoever can come out on top here. The final will be tomorrow at 10-6 on Highlands 1. That is the ultimate goal. The bronze medal match over on Highlands 10 at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want to make it on the big screen, you've got to win the next 2 games, and Wales have started the fastest here. Once again, cutting down that right-hand side. They've kept England out again from the 6, so it's Paul North.
Very exciting to see our first medals decided tomorrow afternoon as...
There's a player down for Wales. It's
appealing for a hard touch, but I think the referee is not going to give the penalty there.
Clark,
I think he went into that touch very upright.
Well, Clark was looking for an option. In the end, he picked out Andy Davis, but Wales retreating back to the 7. And England, in fact, will have it back as they look to break. Again, a couple of players unhappy with the physicality of the touches, Mel.
Yeah, what I've noticed, I spent all day yesterday down at Riverside and watched quite a few of these men's age grade matches, and they do get very, very physical in the ruck. The refs try and stamp it out quite early, but you'll see players really going in hard, and quite a few very physical contests happening.
Andy Davis carrying it on for Wales. Here's Healy. And Paul North again. This is a much better transition from Wales. Little show and go from Davis. And they're charging towards the line. Wales looking the far sharper of the 2 for the moment at least. Good pick up from Adams over the top. Well, there was a bit of a tussle there. Wales want a holding call, but it won't come, Mel.
No, but they are getting up to that England line very easily, and as we see some good ruck work from England as they're driving through the middle of the field. I think this is a good idea from them. They've made up a lot of metres here.
England looking to spark their attack into life. Yet to get off the mark for the moment, but injecting some pace is Jonathan Lovell. And then there's the ball over the top from Cooper, trying to pick out Christian Garland, but it's hit the deck. So instead, Wales will have to transition, but they're a long way from home, Mel.
They are, and they're going to have to work the ball all the way across the field towards their sub-box. But much better set from England there. A little bit of a Hail Mary pass to finish it off, but...
Well, that's what you've got to throw in knockout games like this when you are trailing. And Wales on the transition. They've just worked their way up the field much cleaner. And Dylan Adams is driving them on. Lovely pick-up, scoop it behind. Another chance for Wales. There's plenty of red shirts to pick out. Oh, but unfortunately there, just caught as they cracked into that try area. David Clark found himself a little bit bereft of choice. The white shirts just swarm the in-goal area. But it's going to be a penalty for Wales, Mel.
Yeah, that was a great defensive effort there by England. You could see the mirroring from the England winger not letting his player loose at all and preventing that try from being scored. But Wales in prime position here. They're 2-0 up. Can they make it 3?
Wales then with the early ball out wide, sliding in this time. David Clark kept out by England for now.
Very slow roll ball here from the Wales men's 50s.
Well, I think you've got to give them a little bit of, cut them a bit of slack, Mel. Even if they are still considerably respectable athletes at the age of 50 plus. I was chatting earlier to someone from the Luxembourg team who is playing in the men's 30s despite turning 61 this year.
It's incredible the ages that people are playing down. You see plenty of people in the mixed 30s who are well into their 40s. I had a chat with Gareth Revel, who I believe is playing men's 30s, and he's definitely not 30-something anymore. So
Over 100 caps, though, for Wales. You've got
absolutely.
to cut the big man some slack as well, and he is a physical figure for Wales. I commentated his first game of the day back on day one, and he dragged Wales through for a good result there in the men's 30s. Long gone, of course. We're into the knockout stages now. And this is a quarter-final in the men's 50s that England are struggling to get themselves back into, but they've scooped into the end zone. Thompson, good pass back on the inside. Wales appealing for a touch. John Banks touchdown for England. And I think they were caught. I think it's a holding call, though, so it's going to be a penalty for England.
Yeah, on the surface of it was excellent defence by Hat Wharton there, the number 1 from Wales, as England start to spread it wide.
Options to the right and to the left. Here is John Banks. Banks gets it on the return.
Little short runner running through.
It's Christopher Davis there, who looks to go all the way. Is halted at the line. The backwards cap well into the 50s category. You can't knock it.
They're just not standing very deep. Even that short runner, you want that play to come on at pace.
And
like
here is Davis
here.
trying to add a bit more gas onto the attack, but again denied.
They're just not coming from depth. They just need to go onto that ball a little bit faster so that they can take advantage of that offside player who's just made the touch as they try and spread it to the right, but ball down. And Wales will be headed to their sub-box.
Looking a bit more creative, the switch on the inside to find Mark Jensen, but as you've said, Mel, England just need to test the Welsh defence, as they're not doing at the moment.
No, they need to get a lot deeper and just run at a bit more speed.
England finished second in their group, just behind Australia, who failed to hit less than 10 tries in any of their games. Double figures in all fixtures in this category for Australia. England undefeated, except for that game against the Aussies, which they lost 10-2. Wales, on the other hand, finished third in their group behind New Zealand and the United States. And again, defeated only by the teams they trailed, the United States and the Kiwis. So good records for both sides coming into this pool final. England will have to replay Australia if they can get back into this game, unless France can pull off a shock in the other quarter-final. For now, though, England come charging on. They still trail by 2 unanswered tries to Wales, and passes like that, which are just beyond the outstretched Ryan Anglem, and not going to get them back into the game now.
Yeah. It was a good set of attack there. They really were rolling into that Wales line with plenty of momentum. Just a loose pass at the end, and Wales driving towards their bucks, a little bit stuttery in these yards now.
Wales up over halfway, as you said, now yet to really get back into the groove of things here. Well, just riding the touch. Thought they wanted an offside call, but I think they're being sent back instead, Wales, and missed opportunity there to really threaten the England 9. Changes for England.
Yeah, very smart of England to take this stoppage and start to get fresh legs on without driving directly towards their box. Going up the middle of the field.
Well, here comes Simon Cooper back inside towards Lovell.
And you'll see they'll
Garland.
be trying to make as many touches as they can on these mids and trying to get one of the mids caught up in an offside position.
Indeed, they are looking to drag Wales out of defence. Garland again, the interplay, and now they turn on the afterburners. Cooper, good line, little show and go, and then, well, Lovell decided to try and find Cooper, but it was a bit hesitant there.
But they've got a penalty here. Looks like it's for an offside player. So 6 touches.
Good pick up from Lovell. They might not need them. Cooper sliding in from close range. Surely England are on the board this time. Christian Garland down on his knees and dotting down for the hosts, who are back into the game, Mel.
Yeah, they desperately needed a score here. Their last couple of sets have finished with some very scrappy final passes, but they've strung it together there, and a good score, punching a strong hole, and now they're down by 1.
England put 13 on Malaysia, 16 on Fiji, 17 on Chile. beat Singapore by 11-3. Closer games against South Africa and France, who they beat 4-3 and 9-3 respectively. A 10-2 defeat to Australia, their only blemish on that record. But at the moment, they are down to Wales. And it will be the Welsh side looking to carve open an attack. Here's David Clark.
And a turnover.
Well, England will look to rush out of the centre here. Good ball down that right-hand side. Oh, lovely work over the top to try and keep it alive here.
I think they've got to pull it back here, the referees, though. Forward pass.
That's a tough call for Adrian Williams to take. I thought it was a good bit of ingenuity, but the door is open for Wales to re-establish the two-try buffer. Away goes Healy. Healy at the half instead this time. Driving on is Dylan Adams, halted by England. Touch taken,
mid-play.
North, back to the right-hand side. Little show and go. Well, in fact, the pass was given and they clattered in, shoulder on shoulder there. Again, keeping up the physicality in this men's 50s competition.
Absolutely. We've got 3 players in here instructing a play, a
North,
pick-up.
looking to the open side. Ball over the top. Good take on the wide channel by Wharton, then back inside. Wales crash over again. Brendan Healy. But it's not given this time, and Wales will have to retreat. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Again, they're knocking on the door. Another big looping pass, but always forward, and in the end, Sol Phoenix had it covered anyway, Mel.
Yeah, Wales, that was a really solid attack, spreading the ball from one side of the field to the other. Hap Wharton on this wing, I thought, did a brilliant job keeping that ball alive.
But Wales will not profit from their latest entry into the English 7-metre line. Instead, it's their turn to transition. Cooper on the run. It's a lovely scoop up as well. Lovell looking to make things happen. Ball over the top, racing away to the corner. Adrian Williams was caught by a wonderful covering touch. But that was a great ball over the top, Mel.
Yeah, poor North making that chase across the field, and he did not look threatened at all. He was chasing that down and made the touch with plenty of time. So excellent defensive effort by this Wales team.
And that defensive solidity is what's kept Wales in the lead. Only 3 tries in this first half, which is not the norm from this category. There's a bucket load of points to be found across the men's 50s division. Although they can't find Wharton on the wing that time. Do you think it's just a case of, as you enter the knockout stages, the quality on both sides increases, so the games just get a bit cagier?
Yeah, absolutely. And we see another error here. Obviously, this is a must-win game, so both teams are under pressure. And we're seeing quite a few errors coming into the game, especially around the midfield, which is quite uncharacteristic of this division. I've commentated a few of their games, and the quality has been very, very strong. But this error rate,
well, it's the difference between the two sides. It's the difference for Wales as they lead by just the 1 try. They've just had a bit more time in England's half with the ball in hand. Powerful touch there on Clark, but Wales still coming. Stepping back on the inside, Gillian Kennard. Clark taking his time to roll it back. He's got Carwyn Willington there as well. He lays it back to Willington. Clark sliding in, out to make the touch, rolling over Mark Jensen.
Putting their bodies on the line here, we can see a diving defensive touch.
Perhaps a hint of offside for the England player, but the touch is called. And standing over it now is Dylan Adams.
An injured player in back play here on the field, so we hope he is okay. Obviously, these plays, it's day 5 of the tournament, and every single player is starting to feel the toll it's taking on their bodies, well, especially when you move into the Masters grades.
Australia and Japan face off on Highlands 1 at the moment, while South Africa take on the United States on pitch 3. And then, of course, France and New Zealand are the other fixtures in this quarter-final stage. The winner of this game will take on New Zealand or France tomorrow But I think Australia, Mel, as per usual, may remain the favourites in this category.
Yeah, I saw them play yesterday and they were very, very classy. Throwing the ball around. I believe Steve Menzies is playing in that team and he was an absolute highlight of that Australian performance that I saw yesterday.
He's a proper legend of touch rugby.
A legend of rugby league. Dual international now, a Manly legend. Yeah, it was really exciting to be able to call a game that he was playing, and he was a standout in that game. As Wales, little short runner.
Well, the game is up and running again as Wales look to crash over. The roar goes up from the touchline, but it's England who have kept out Wales again. There's a lot of Welsh support over on that far side. However, it's England on the transition. Oh, a strong run as well. They're up to the 10-metre line, England, and they look to open up the field. That's great pace from Witten. And Witten, good pick-up and a long ball from Milligan.
Oh, that's ball down for me.
And on the buzzer as well, England are denied again. I think the try's actually been given.
Absolutely.
Well, some real delay there as the buzzer overshadowed the referee's conversation, but right on the break, they've equalised, Mel. Can you believe it? They'll go in level.
Yeah, Ryan England, we've talked about him a lot in this men's 50s division, and you can see some great setup play by Witten, stepping out of that touch, a really lovely strike dump, and then a lovely dive to the line. Great call by the referees, just taking their time to consult with each other.
Oh,
but
how close
a
was
lovely, lovely score.
How close was Dylan Adams to getting a hold of his opposite man there? Regardless, with that final try, the buzzer beater, it means that at the break, England will go in level with Wales in this quarter-final. Well, Wales had the stronger start, Mel, but England have fought their way back into the game.
They definitely have. It's been quite an impressive later part of that second half for England. Wales came out incredibly strong, and the defence of Wales I thought was a highlight in that first half. Just a couple of lapses in the last 5 minutes of the first half, and they've let England back into the game at 2-2.
Well, in our final game of the day, live here on Pitch 2 from the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024 here in Nottingham, we're deep into the knockout stages of the senior competitions. In the men's 50s, in this quarter-final, it's level at the break between the old enemies, England and Wales, with 20 minutes still to come.
officials.
20 minutes to go and we're back level again, Mel, and a game that Wales led for the majority of this fixture. They were pegged back right on the half, and now England look the brightest. They'll have 7 at the line. Good start for this England 50 side in this quarter-final.
Yeah, I think Wales will be a bit disappointed to let England in at the death of that first half. They were looking by far the stronger team, and all of a sudden it's gone from 2-0 to 2-2, and there's going to be some heartbreak at the end of this game.
Absolutely, it's a shame that they met at this stage, perhaps. I think there's...
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
More for both of these sides to offer. I think the United States and Australia might be meeting in the other semi-final if results go as expected. South Africa and Japan will put up a good fight against them. And New Zealand, as you'd expect, to come out against France. Some real blockbuster ties in there, as this one is shaping up to be.
Yeah, lucky to get away with that roll ball, England. A very messy roll ball.
And they're into their transition, and let's see if they can use this borrowed time. Jensen with the pickup, and he hands it off to Davies, who looks pretty sharp.
Final touch is gone from half.
Oh, what a ball! Another one over the top, race to the corner. Wales get across to make the touch. But I don't know if it's been given. I mean, that's a great pass. The ball before it was even better. Over went William Adams.
Yeah, lovely touch from Wales.
Adrian Williams
Sublime attack matched only by even better defence.
Yeah,
Wales holding them out.
Seriously impressive touch as England come again through Davis. Davis skips away. Jensen at the half, good lift, and then just chipped over the top. Well, it was spilt out of the hand by Thompson. Some creativity from him, but you can't actually kick the ball in the game of touch, so...
Unfortunately not, only back to the halfway line after you score.
That's a classic. I think it would change the dynamic a lot if you could kick. You have to add a sweeper in behind, you know, it'd be... Open up the space, maybe?
Yeah, there are variations. Tag rugby, for example, you can kick the ball, but touch...
I'm not pitching any rule changes per se as the ball rolls onwards a little bit there from Wales. I think it's their turn to get away with one as Kennard takes it on. But it's been a turnover, all 6 up for Wales, so transition from England, and they do head towards the box, and their box, well, they're all on their toes, right on the edge. They're keen to get involved. Opening up the field is Milligan. Back on the inside, Anglin, the try scorer just before the break. Lovely pick up by Witten. And here's Milligan as well.
These three look very dangerous when they're out there, don't they?
They absolutely do. It's Milligan looking to create. Lovely switch on the inside towards Anglin. But Wales will have it back. We could be, in this early stage, heading towards our first drop-off live on pitch 2.
I was going to mention the drop-off word, but...
They're a delight for the commentary team, and everyone else can't stand them. They're all ready for the game to be over. But, well, wouldn't it be great to see our first drop-off live on pitch 2 here in this huge game between England and Wales?
It's deserving of one. It's definitely an arm wrestle out there. This is what, when we play the game, this is what we would call the grind. It just feels like it's going backwards and forwards. No one's really making a significant breakthrough. Actually, it's probably a good time of the game just to give a shout out to these referees here on field 2. The game started off with a certain level of physicality and some very hard touches and some clumsy touches, and I think the referees have definitely controlled that and gotten the game a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. So kudos to the referees of this game. Men's 50s are a very passionate division.
Absolutely, yes they are, with plenty more to play for. England have 6 touches on halfway, basically a tap-off for them. Back on the inside, here's Cooper. Leaves it for Lovell. Touch made, Lovell picks it back up again. He's got Cooper on the inside. Lovell, Cooper, middle play. He'll go on his own, Cooper. He'll slide in. Denied by Wharton.
Oh, that was very close there. He got that ball very, very low. Little switch play and sending it out to the wing.
2-on-1, but it's just beyond Sol Phoenix. Well, 15 minutes still to go here, yet to have a score in the second half.
I think England have been the team to have more chances at the Wales line.
Certainly they have had perhaps the better of the opportunities in the opening stages of this second half, with a long way to go. And Wales looking to strike. It might only take a couple of tries to turn this game around for either side. Well, that's a great run, an offside call perhaps. That's what Adams was hoping for, but he's got to retreat.
Yeah, absolutely. Offside. You can see the attacker was trying to take advantage of that offside play, and I think what's happened is the offside players just continued to move backwards and has, in the end, affected that touch.
Adams stepping off the right. Carroll. North and Carroll in tandem. North, Carroll again. North on the inside, lovely line. Across came his opposite number, Barnett.
This is some very disciplined defence being shown by both teams. These covering defenders have been there all the time, not just for England but for Wales as well. They're making it very hard for each other to score.
Here's Nick Carroll, wide he goes. Wales are over. It was Andy Davis who hit the deck, but Adrian Williams got across again to make a touch. These wing defenders are busy today, Mel.
They are. This has been a very good game of touch.
Well, it's been cagey.
Yeah, cagey.
It's been tight and nothing to separate the sides as we approach the midway point in the first half.
I feel like it's been a grind and I'm commentating it.
Absolutely, I'm already knackered.
Absolute arm wrestle out there, and I just feel like once one of these teams breaks through for a score, we are going to see the play open up a little bit more.
Both sides afraid to go behind at the moment. That ball is too much for Adrian Riggs.
I think it was very forward as well, so the referee's calling a penalty.
I think very forward is kind as well. It was basically an NFL pass.
Almost made it down to Riverside.
We'd never see it again. Touch made, and charging through the centre is Carroll, Alex Carroll. And Wales just turning up the pace here. Carwyn Willington with a great run. And that's got Wales in this promising position, looking to take the lead again, as they spent most of the first half in front. Lovely wide pass again. But it's a penalty, and I think it's going to go for England. Or for Wales, sorry, against England.
Yeah, that was a lovely set of attack by Wales, moving it side to side on the field. They're taking their time here.
They're in conversation, Clark and Higgs. David Clark. Higgs! Oh, handed it off to Clark, who dived in to score. And that patience has been rewarded. Christopher Davis can't stop them. Wales go over, they're back in front, and now surely England are going to have to pick up the pace.
Listen to that Wales sub-box from the other side of the field. That has just relieved a little bit of pressure as we see a replay. A little quickie, and
I'm not sure he's ever onside there, Davis.
no. Great heads-up play by Wales.
And they've retreated all the way back deep into their own half, because England are looking for a response here.
This is when a team is most dangerous, when they've just been scored on. The number of times that we see a response score immediately.
Good line from Witten, looking for the show and go, but it's well read by Wales. So Simon Witten leaves it this time for Barnett. And the wraparound play is excellently well read, and Wales turn it over. Good defence from Wales, and now the pitch is just opening up a little bit. The gaps are appearing. 10 minutes to go. Wales hold a narrow advantage.
We're sitting behind the England sub-box here, and it is very tense. Over
It really
here.
is. The game is still on a knife edge. Another try for Wales and things will start looking ominous. It's been a game of limited opportunities and good defence, but Wales are in front and hunting for another. Great defence from England again. It's Anglin who makes the touch, and they do have it back. And once again, England are poised on this near side, ready to make their changes if they can hit the box cleanly. It's taken them 3 touches, Mel, but they are up to halfway.
Yeah, fresh legs coming on, but the Wales defence line very set. No gaps, not letting anyone through.
A lot of tired bodies in front of us here in the England box, but they've got a way to go. Lovell scooping through. Lovely switch on the inside, and surely England will be back level. Over goes Cooper. The fresh legs have made the difference. England are back level.
Yeah, that was very impressive. You can see the mids have been caught up in the touch there, and no mid-saver staying back, and England taking full advantage of it. Great diving score, and they had options as well. They had plenty of space over here on the left-hand side if they put it through the hand. So,
well, the sun threatens to shine down on the hosts as they are level again. This early evening is starting to really hot up here. A quarter-final with New Zealand or France. The gifts that await the winners here. Wales have led for almost the entire game. They scored so early, pegged back by England to 2-2 by the end of the first half, but England have never led in this game.
no, it's always been Wales
But it's interesting
taking the
that
breakthrough and England rising to the challenge.
it's interesting that England seem to have had the better chances despite the fact that they've never yet been ahead.
I think they have had a lot more chances of scoring up at the Wales line, and their execution has just let them down.
Big touch by Paul North on Simon Whitten. But I think it's going to be a penalty for England. Here's
Less
Brett
than 8 minutes
Milligan.
to go in the game.
A try for England here would put them in front for the first time. Lovely footwork inside and out from Ryan Anglin, who could be the difference maker. Already had 1 try today. Milligan. Oh, now they really do go for it, England. Wow, just caught in the touch again. Brett Milligan in control, directing traffic.
See how deep these England support players are setting up.
And they wrap round the corner. Oh, lovely ball. The disguise. Milligan stepped off the left as if he was heading to the open side. All the England players wrapped around, but I don't think it's been given.
No, they are getting a penalty.
Another 6. If Wales keep England out here, it'll be meteoric. It'll be a real statement in this game. England, back they come. Simon Whitten wants the wrap, and here it comes. Milligan doesn't get the pass away. Hap Wharton for Wales up in the line. Milligan again. Anglin wants it on the return. It's a missed opportunity for the host. Wales have kept them out, but is that another penalty?
Another penalty. Now that's 2 on the line now against Wales. They've got to be very disciplined in this next set of 6
Well,
to not give away a third, otherwise
def-
they'll have a player excluded for this possession.
It's the same defensive pod as well for Wales. Some tired legs out there that Cooper looks to punish. Hap Wharton again involved. How many more try-saving touches does he have in him? Lovell. Plenty of time for him to spark some magic and get England in the lead for the very first time in this men's 50s quarter-final. It was over on the left-hand side. Wales were scrambling. England didn't give it out to the wing because the link, all of a sudden, it just opened up. And Garland has another try in this game. And England go ahead for the very first time.
Yeah, just to pass out I feel like they must have numbered up incorrectly, this Wales defence, for there to be a gap. They've been so disciplined and so tight with their defence. I think maybe they just had an issue with numbering up for that hole to be created, and Christian Garland of Green and Gold, a club down in the south of England, crosses over for a great score.
Crashing over again. Wales this time have equalised. Can you believe it, Mel? They refuse to stay behind for longer than 20 seconds.
Just seeing Christian Garland walk past us in the commentary box, rolling his eyes.
He's on a hat-trick, Garland, but look how quickly Wales respond. Inside pass to pick out Willington, and then the long pass in between the Lincoln wing.
Yeah, that outside defender just getting caught flat-footed and...
A try for Dylan Adams.
Doesn't rain, it pours.
Absolutely.
We've been waiting for some tries, and then all of a sudden we've been treated for 2 on the trot. England going in for a diving scores. These dives have been very effective for both teams.
England then, who are only in front for about 20 seconds, want to get in the lead again. Good dive from Ryan Anglum looking for his second try. Wales repel them at the line. 4 minutes to go, and that drop-off we spoke of earlier, Mel, all of a sudden is looking increasingly likely.
It is very, very close here on field 2. This is what finals footy is about.
Well, there's plenty of noise from the England touchline. Great running from Witten, desperate to keep Wales out. Phoenix tracking well on the wing, brings in support from Brett Milligan of England. Wales, though, are in a strong position on the field with touches to spare, and this time it's Paul North who's caught. England transition.
If I was the Wales defence, I'd just be working so hard to keep England away from your 7-metre line.
Just to stay onside as well.
Really scoring from metres and metres out. It's usually when they've been up at the 7 metres. So if Wales can just work very hard in this portion of the field and keep them down, as I say, that England break through a pick up from
in
half.
Behind, good scoop. There's the missed pass. What a take that is. Well, he's been quiet so far, but Sol Phoenix
has just received a forward pass.
Oh, well, he's lit up at the right moment. And as you say, a bit of a dream crusher there for England. They thought with 2 minutes and a half to go that they might be back in the game. I can't believe they've only led for about 30 seconds total. Wales have just been tit for tat in this second half.
That was a beautiful setup from England as well, rolling into their attacking line with such momentum. Sol Phoenix with a great grab and finish, but just that ball drifting forwards as we come down into the last 2 minutes of this game, and all locked up at 4-4, and there has been nothing to separate these teams.
2 minutes to go then. The sun is setting on this men's 50s quarter-final. Lovely ball over the top. Is that the try to do it? Beautifully weighted pass. It's not the first assist of the day for Nick Carroll if it's given, but I think it's forward, Mel.
Yeah, it was a forward pass, unfortunately. Very similar to the...
I think it looks a bit flatter than England's there. Or maybe it does just drift forward.
Referees are looking for that ball out of their hands. There's a lot of times when you can pass it backwards and it will end up getting to the player 2 metres ahead of where you've thrown it because of the momentum, but the referees are lined up perfectly with that ball player to see how it comes out of their hands. As England, again, a really good drive down the middle of the Wales defence, but giving the ball away as we enter the final minute of this game.
Christopher Davis thought it best not to throw that ball away. 1 minute to go. A try for Wales here would certainly seal it. It's been the most even of contests throughout the game, but Wales are driving forward. Seconds left on the clock in this men's 50s quarter-final. It's had all the intensity of a men's open game. Switch on the inside, well read by England. Ball down. Is there time for them to drive up the field?
England need to hold it for this set of 6 as well.
Oh, yeah, Wales piling on the pressure. England are yet to go coast to coast, as you pointed out just a moment ago, Mel.
Wales are playing like this is the first 30 seconds of the game. There is such intensity with their defence. They are doing superbly well, keeping England away from their 7 metres line. But
Little
just
show
as I
and
say
go.
that,
A winding run down the right-hand side from Ryan Anglem. This is a chance then for England to strike. This is their last chance, or we'll go to a drop-off. Milligan on the switch, well read by Wharton. And Hap Wharton, rightly so, given his defensive performance, has led us to a drop-off. It ends at 4-all, and Mel, for those who aren't aware, talk us through what a drop-off entails.
it's been a while since my last refereeing game, but so the scores are all locked up. We're just going to have a minute or two for the teams to get ready for this drop-off. Then we're going to play a period of 2 minutes. Then we're going to play that through. If a team is leading at the end of that 2 minutes, then they'll be declared the winners. If there's not anyone leading, then they're going to go down to 3-on-3. So we're going to start the game now, 4-on-4. And if there's no winner at the end of 2 minutes of extra time, then we'll go down to 3-on-3, and then it's sudden death.
Well, it's a big call as well. Who do you leave out there of the 4? England have the tap-off, the chance for them to seal it. One try, often enough, in this drop-off format. Cooper is out there for England, as is Lovell.
Mark Jensen I can see out there as well as...
Cooper, they go to the right-hand side to pick out Davis, and that's right, it's... the last player out there is Garland. Ball back on the inside. Lovell. Will they look to find Garland? They do! England scored! Hat-trick in this quarter-final for Christian Garland. England go 5-4 in front. What a bright start. England off the mark, just like Wales were 40 minutes ago. Inside a minute.
And teams will think about a drop-off in terms of the toss at the very start of the game. So England with the tap-off for the drop-off, and Wales in a must-score set of 6 for them with only 50 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this wouldn't be the first direct reply from Wales. That's a lovely move, but I think that pass is forward.
I think there might have been a touch pass leading up to that.
Well, all
Witten in
England,
defence has been an absolute machine today.
all England need to do is see out the 6 touches and they'll have won this drop-off. They just fly by, don't they, Mel?
They really do.
Well,
And you're right,
powerful
they've just
intervention
got
there.
to keep possession of the ball.
They have.
Wales appealing for an off the mark.
But they're
They
not
were
going
close
to get
not
it.
to get that penalty.
Well, they make some changes as well, England. Fresh legs in this drop-off. Willington on the field. Lovely evasion from Willington. They know that they don't need to drive too close to the Welsh box here. They just need to keep control. There goes the buzzer. This will be it for England. What a win. They trailed for 39 of 40 minutes. They pegged back Wales on numerous occasions. They would not go away. And in the drop-off, our first live from pitch 2 here at the Touch Rugby World Cup, they scored from the first set of 6 to steal the game from Cymru. What a performance by Wales. But in the end, it's England who just had enough at the very last.
One of those games when it feels almost unfair that there has to be a winner. I thought Wales were exceptional in that game. Their defence was so strong, and it was just a couple of lapses in concentration that they've allowed England back into the game. But well played by England. 5-4 in a drop-off. And another classic between these two men's 50s teams.
Our first drop-off of the Touch Rugby World Cup, live on Highfields 2 at least, and it did not disappoint. England sneak through, and they will face New Zealand in the next round. That semi-final will be at 1:20 tomorrow over on Highfields 8, if you're keeping track on the FIT website. That also brings us to the end of the day's coverage. Day 5 over and out. We've got 2 more huge games to come from the opening pool stages, men's and women's. The final round live at 8 and 8:50 tomorrow. And then It's nothing but knockouts, Mel.
It's going to be very, very exciting. And these pool games tomorrow morning to finalise all of the Opens grades is going to be very, very close. I know there are teams that are waiting on results from other countries to see whether they've made the top 4, which is essential in a lot of these pools. So it's going to be a fantastic morning of touch with the Opens grades. And then, as you say, finals footy, elimination games, quarterfinals, and then in a very exciting turn of events after lunch, it's going to be our first medal games.